three. Colbert converts again. Outside to Clavell. Pull-up, 20-footer. Good! Bounce past the Duffy's left hand.
CTV Sports!
Good evening and welcome to CTV Sports as we wind down to our final two shows. I'm Olivia Landis.
And I'm Karlee Schrwatzkopf. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have a lot of new updates for you in CSU Sports, so let's get started. The big lacrosse Rocky Mountain showdown between the CSU Rams and the CU Buffs happened this past weekend. The intense competition between rivalry schools went down to the last second. The first half was a constant back-to-back scoring battle with Blake Warner scoring 3 goals and tacking on 1 assist. Ryan Chamberlain tacked on 17 face-offs and Brian McGee with 3 goals. Headed into halftime, the Rams were down 1 goal, 8-7. The Buffs came out hot after halftime and put away 3 goals within the first 3 minutes. Colorado took the lead at the start of the fourth, leading 13-8. Despite the 5-point deficit, Colorado State fought back, putting away 5 goals all within 5 minutes. Senior Brian Taggart and freshman Josh O'Connell were 2 players to help the Rams get back into the rhythm. The game was now tied and CU tried to score, but senior Jake Bender for Colorado State tacked on a career-high 17 saves. The comeback for the Rams just wasn't quite enough as the University of Colorado claimed the victory 16-13. However, this isn't the last time these two teams will meet, as conference tournament begins in the next 2 weeks, and the first game will be a rematch. CTV Sports reporter Tim McCall was also able to attend the lacrosse game this weekend and able to get a story on the team in the big game.
The Colorado State Club men's lacrosse team participated in the 15th annual Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Showdown this weekend when they took on the Colorado Buffalo on Saturday. In addition to the team celebrating Senior Day by honoring the 17 seniors on the team, the event also celebrated local Fort Collins food as multiple food trucks from the areas catered the event. The hundreds of fans in attendance were able to enjoy a competitive game between the Rams, who are ranked 10th in the nation, and the Buffalo, who are ranked 3rd in the country. The game turned into a high-scoring affair, jam-packed with excitement. During the game, I was able to talk to Dawn Broder, owner of Farm Fusion, which was one of the food trucks at the game. She explained to me what it meant to be part of a CSU event and what type of role Farm Fusion plays in the Fort Collins community.
Farm Fusion started because of my love of Fort Collins, my love of local products, and my love of the farm. So I wanted to just kind of combine all of those. I'm a native Fort Collins-ite, and I went to CSU, so pretty cool to be at this event today. My kids played lacrosse in high school, so very cool event, and because we went to CSU, my husband and I both went to CSU. We have 2 kids that go to CSU, so perfect day to be out here. So we're really excited to be here today.
Where can you find Farm Fusion when they're not here at CSU?
Tuesday we're at Odell's, and right now Thursday we're at HP. We go all over. We've got some weddings coming up. We have some local events. We'll be back at CSU next Saturday for the veterinary clinic opening house, and we're going to come back the Saturday after for a CSU equestrian event. So we're kind of all over the place.
Although the game ended in a 16-13 victory for the Colorado Buffalo, the CSU fans were still able to enjoy the delicious local food offered by the food trucks. Although the Rams lost the game, they still finished the season with a good enough record to qualify for the Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association playoffs. The Rams will wait to see who their first playoff matchup will be against as they try to earn their record 7th MCLA championship. Follow the Rams on Collegian.com to see if they can put together yet another magical postseason run.
You know, Olivia, that was a perfect Saturday to play a lacrosse game. There were so many fans there. Everyone was really excited for the Rams. It was really fun. That was my first lacrosse game I'd gone to this year, and I really wish I would have went to more.
Yeah, it's good to see so many fans that ended up turning out, especially for those non-revenue sports. I mean, it's not a D1 sport here at CSU, but it's good to see people coming and supporting. And it's also really cool that this lacrosse team, being a club sport, that they still made playoffs and they still have so much support, even if it's not directly linked to the school. So it's cool.
Yeah, and it's cool that they can battle again. It looks like CSU and CU actually in lacrosse will battle 2 more times, so that's cool for them.
Maybe they'll get a little bit of redemption, hopefully. Well, the Colorado State football team held Session 12 of spring camp this past Saturday morning outdoors. With the annual Green and Gold game just a week away, head coach Mike Bobo has seen immense progress from his team on both ends of the field. With players bouncing back from injuries and some guys sliding into new roles, there have been quite a few new adjustments this spring. This coming Tuesday starts the final week of spring ball as the Rams look to start the big game just next week. Let's get a glimpse of this past week's progress, courtesy of Ram Vision.
Well, I feel pretty good about spring practice. I think we've got to see a lot of guys in some different spots. We've seen some guys grow up, put some guys through adversity, and I think it's also, told our team that we got a long way to go. It's human nature a lot of times when people tell you how good you are, how good you're going to be, or talk about things that aren't now, like the new stadium and the schedule. You start thinking about all that, and I think this spring practice has helped us realize we got to focus on every single day and what we can control as an offense, as a defense, as a special teams unit, and as a team. So I feel good about how we finished the last 2 days, the last week, and we can't waste a day. We got to continue to work and keep pushing.
Well, it's time for our first break.
But when we return, we'll have some tennis and track updates for you.
Tune in to KCSU, your student-run radio station at Colorado State University. Live 24 hours a day, every day at 90.5 FM and kcsufm.com. Live local new music now, and news, talk, and sports. KCSU, the radio voice of Colorado State, on the air since 1964.
You're watching CTV, produced by Colorado State University students, bringing you news, weather, sports, and entertainment from campus and beyond. CTV live Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. on campus and Fort Collins on Channel 11. Repeats at midnight, 8 a.m., noon, and 2 p.m.
The Rocky Mountain Collegian is your student-run news and information platform. Pick up your paper on campus or around Fort Collins Monday through Thursday with special editions Fridays. And check out collegian.com anytime for all the latest updates. News, sports, entertainment, opinion, and more. The Rocky Mountain Collegian, serving Colorado State since 1891.
College Avenue has been your student magazine for the last 10 years. College Avenue prints once a month covering topics that are relevant to the CSU and Fort Collins community. We also print special editions like the graduation guides at the end of each semester, the best of CSU each fall, and the orientation guide each summer. Look for us on racks around campus, off campus, or online at collegian.com under the College Avenue tab.
This past weekend, the CSU women's tennis team took on 2 Mountain West competitions, Air Force and New Mexico. But before the weekend, I was able to sit down with head coach Jared Camerata to talk some details on the seniors weekend. Welcome to Ram Vision's Colorado State Women's Tennis Update with head coach Jared Camerata. I'm Olivia Landis. Coach, this weekend your team took on South Dakota as well as IUPUI, brought home 2 home wins. That marks the 3rd home win in a row for you guys. Is that a little bit of a home court advantage?
Yeah, it was great to get a couple more wins, and I definitely think we play well at home and we get good crowds, and it's great sleeping in your own bed. So yeah, it was good to get a couple more home wins.
Mm-hmm. So looking forward this weekend, you have 2 more home matches. Your more Mountain West play, taking on Air Force on Friday and then New Mexico on Sunday. How do you think Mountain West play differs from other competition?
Yeah, when Mountain West play happens, the intensity is definitely much higher. You can just sort of feel it, and not that the girls don't get effort in non-conference matches, but they just understand the importance of Mountain West matches, and so do the opponents that we play from the Mountain West as well.
So Sunday marks senior night for your team. So what do you guys do for senior night? Is there anything really special going on, and how's that going to kind of affect the team's play maybe?
Yes, we have 2 seniors, and we're going to honor them, Madison Porter and Celine Voss. And I think with seniors, you never know how they react. Sometimes it takes a little while for them to get in the match because also they realize it's their last match. So with that in mind, they also usually by the end of the match they're into it and they're really battling. So and I think the underclassmen really get an idea for what it means and what it's like down the road to be in their shoes and for this to be your last match.
That's great to hear. Well, thank you to head coach Jared Camerata. That wraps up Ram Vision's women's tennis update. I'm Olivia Landis. Unfortunately, the Rams ended up falling to both Air Force and New Mexico. However, that didn't stop the team from celebrating their seniors Madison Porter and Celine Voss. In the match Sunday afternoon, New Mexico started a turnaround the Rams were unable to come back from after a critical doubles point, taking the first 3 singles matches. Excitement began to build more quickly, though, at the University Tennis Complex when CSU won the number 2 and 3 spots to tie the match at 3-3. Freshman Sandra Kita fell in the deciding contest of the day to close the deal 4-3 Lobos. Up next, the Rams hit the road for the remainder of conference play, taking on Northern Colorado Thursday and Wyoming Saturday.
The Colorado State men's and women's track and field team found sunshine and success this past weekend in California. While the team was split up between different meets, almost all the athletes found themselves a new personal record. To start things off, stud decathlete Hunter Price shattered CSU's record with over 7,000 points, breaking the record by 240 points. And now puts him second best in the Mountain West. Headed to the track, the women's distance team set some records as well. Laura Yarrow ran away with a new PR in the 3,000-meter steeplechase, recording a time of 10 minutes and 7 seconds, the second best in program history. 3 Rams finished in the top 6 women's 800 meters, led by Macy Kreutz. Second place finished with a time of 2 minutes and 9 seconds. On the men's side of the track, Grant Fisher and Jeremiah combined for 2 of the top 4 times in program history in the 5,000 meters. To finish up a record-breaking weekend for the Rams, Mustafa Hassan blew the competition out of the water, winning the meet with a new personal best of 69 feet and 11 inches. The mark for Hassan not only won the meet, but now places him as officially best in the West overall. The CSU track and field team returns home next week to host the Jack Christensen Invitational. The meet is set to begin at 9 a.m. and will kick off CSU's Athletic Spring Sports Festival on April 22nd. While winning and breaking records can be fun, there's always a side to Division I athletics that most people don't get to see. I met up with previous Colorado State track and field and cross-country runner Kara Steinke to see a different side of distance running.
So there's a quote that's find what you love and let it kill you. And I know that if I would have continued on, it would have. Running for me has always been my escape and my safe haven, and it's where I go when things were going really great, and it's where I go when things don't go so well. CSU contacted me, and I've always had a dream of coming out to Colorado. The mountains just intrigued me, and thinking about being able to run here was just a dream come true. Just really excited to see where it took me, and I totally bought into the program and just, wanted to soak up everything. I was gonna do whatever anyone was gonna tell me to do. If someone would tell me to jump off a cliff and make you a NCAA All-American, well then find me the first cliff and I'd be jumping off of it. Sophomore year came, and immediately I knew something was up. I had gone that summer and I'd increased my mileage by 60-70%, running 40 miles a week, jumping up to 85-90 miles, and I was gonna do it no matter what. Days that I was sick, days that I was throwing up, days that I didn't get enough sleep, that I didn't eat enough, I was out there running because I just knew that if I were to skip or if I didn't do what I was supposed to do, it just wasn't going to get me to my goals. And that was a very big downfall later that I learned. But D1 athletes are crazy, and that is what you have to be. You have to be insane to go run.
You know, Olivia, that was a really fun package for me to film. It's definitely hard sometimes to see the hardships of Division I running, but it's something that's important to look at too.
Yeah, that was fun to see just because, like you said, we don't often see their side of the story, and to see how much of an impact being a D1 student athlete actually has on individuals. So it seems like it kind of took a toll on her.
Yeah, you know, there's absolutely positive sides to sports, but there's also the negative sides, and Kara was an athlete who could walk away and take this as a positive thing, you know, especially when athletes graduate, they don't have their sport anymore. So sometimes when it's taken away from you, even at the college level, it can help you grow up a little bit.
It's great to see her being able to share that side of the story.
Yeah.
Well, the Colorado State Rams raked in a 3-0 victory over the league-leading Utah State Aggies Saturday afternoon at Ram Field, all thanks to Larissa Petikoff, who pitched a 4-hit complete game shutout. The Rams are now sitting on a 7-8 record in Mountain West play and picked up their first win of the series against Utah State. Petikoff allowed only 4 hits and 3 walks, adding on 4 strikeouts in her dominant performance. The Rams' offense has continued to have huge impacts on the competition. The Rams were able to get on the board first when Haley Hutton walked and stole second, giving her team the advantage it needed to bring in 2 immediate runs. Hutton and Amber Nelson both reached the base in the contest, making it to base 35 out of 36 times this season. Up next, the Rams Spring Sports Festival takes place April 22nd with CSU's football, soccer, track and field programs along with softball on campus.
Well, that wraps up this week's CTV Sports Show.
Be sure to check out our coverage throughout the week on our Twitter accounts and YouTube page. Have a great night.